Lassiter Factor.
What's up, all my movie-loving maniacs? This your boy Bangful B of the Lassiter Factor, and today I'm going to talk about the new Knives Out film, Wake Up Dead Man, which was released in theaters for a couple of weeks, but was released on Netflix over the weekend. I watched it, so let's review. So, Wake Up Dead Man sees the return of private detective Benoit Blanc, who investigates the murder of a priest. He lends the help of another priest, played by Josh O'Connor. They investigate the church of this priest as well as his flock. Now, generally speaking, I love the Knives Out movies. I love that first film. It's one of my favorite films from the past 10 years. Glass Onion, I thought was a really well done sequel to Knives Out, but I honestly like the very first film the most because, there's always one thing that I've taken the most from both of these films. For me, I love the original Knives Out because I just love seeing entitled rich white people get bought down a peg. And what I loved about Glass Onion is how it just perfectly illustrates that sometimes rich millionaires are just lucky idiots. I was really curious to see what I would take away from Wake Up Dead Man on top of them being excellent murder mysteries. The first two films, as well as this one, was written and directed by Rian Johnson, who, despite everything he went through with The Last Jedi, I think is a brilliant modern filmmaker. I'm here to say that I really I loved Wake Up Dead Man. Like, the more I'm marinating with this movie, the more I just find myself loving it more and more. I love just as much as the first two films, but like I said, I still prefer the first film, but this one right here, it's like right there with Glass Onion. To me, that's the beauty of these movies, is that each film, even though it does have one recurring character, they're each its own film, and that is definitely present here, because to me this is definitely a much darker and serious film, almost, well, because of its religious aspects. It's almost right in the line of being a horror film at times. But it's not until Benoit Blanc, played once again by Daniel Craig, and once again Daniel Craig, he is having fun with his character. He is well versed within this character. I love seeing him. You can tell he clearly has fun playing his character. But it's not until Benoit Blanc comes into play that the tone shifts, but it doesn't overtake the rest of the movie. It just blends perfectly with its darker tone, on top of there still being some comedic elements. For the religious aspects about this movie, I do like how this movie has something to say about it. It has something to say about, priests, and how the church in itself can at times feel like a cult. You have that one priest that legitimately wants to help people and wants to use the word of God to basically do right in the world and lead people to the right path and basically not get lost in translation. The cast, everybody did excellent here, and that's always the appeal of these movies, is the cast. And there's always a few that stand out the most. In the original Knives Out, you had, obviously throughout these movies you have Daniel Craig, but aside from him, like in the first film, you had Anna de Armas, Chris Evans. In Glass Onion, you had Janelle Monáe, Kate Hudson. Me, in this film, it's definitely the main character of this film. Benoit Blanc, he's the protagonist of these movies, but here Josh O'Connor is the main character, and he did excellent as just that one priest that did some wrong in his earlier in his life, but he's trying to do the right thing and actually stick to the word of God and use it for positivity. And yeah, Brolin plays the main priest of this church, and quite a year he's having too. First he was in Weapons, and now I see him again. And here, like, just these two movies alone just shows how great of an actor Josh Brolin is, and you can tell he definitely placed himself in this world that Rian Johnson has set up. Close is clearly having fun at this stage in her career, and she just felt right at home with this world that Rian Johnson has made up, and she was definitely an acting standout. I really love this film. It's definitely one of my favorites of the year, and I don't know what else to say or gush about this film, except there's only one thing for me to say. Wake Up Dead Man gets the hands up emoji because it is a masterpiece. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have you seen Wake Up Dead Man? If so, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and also let me know how you rank all three of these Knives Out films. This is your boy Bangful B of the Lassiter Factor. Stay safe, wash your hands, peace.